Hi guys, and welcome to the show. And today I'm finally getting to do my full review of my latest watch, which is the Squale 500 meter diver, or 50 ATM as it's commonly referred to. The reference number is 1521-026-A. This is the stainless steel version. I did consider the PVC, but considering it's my first Squale, I just thought I'd go for the bog standard stainless steel with black dial and bezel. Now it did come on this fantastic rubber strap, which I really do love, but I want to kind of save it, and I just adore this buckle. I mentioned this in the unboxing, if this thing will ever focus. There we go. Just look at the detail on the buckle. It's exquisite, and it has, of course, that famous vanilla scent that I do adore about these with these high-end Italian straps. But anyway, I decided to put it on a mesh bracelet, and I've been wearing it like this for a week, so please excuse any dirt or grime you see. I have been wearing it for a week. I really just wanted to get the full kind of measure of the watch, and let's talk about the specifications first and get that out of the way, and then I'll dive into a kind of more personal critique of the piece. So inside we have the Swiss ETA 2824-2 automatic self-winding movement, and of course this is the top grade version of that particular movement, and it's one of the most well regarded, well respected, extremely robust ETA Swiss movements. It's extremely popular. It's just, the Squale had a really long relationship with the ETA, so they know what they're doing, and it's just a fantastic movement. And if you're not aware of the Squale legacy and the brand, it is remarkably, for a brand that's been going since I think 1948 or around about then. They have an incredible amount of history for a company of that age. I mean, they've made cases for Blancpain, Doxa, Heuer, a whole bunch of people, and the expertise in their case design you can certainly see. I mean, this is one of the best things about this piece, is its case. It is absolutely stunning. It's a 42 millimeter case, and for me that is big, but actually the design and the way the lugs fit around your wrist, it really wears like a 40 mil. So if you've got a smaller wrist like me, it's not a problem whatsoever. So it's about 14 millimeters thick, which is quite a tall watch, but I must admit I really like the fit of it. It just sits very nicely. I mean, I'll do a wrist shot later, but it sits very, very nicely. I was a tiny bit concerned that the bezel would catch, but it doesn't happen at all, and it's very, very comfortable. I absolutely adore the size, and I was worried, being 42 mils, that it was going to be too big, because I did have a Steinhardt that was 42 and it was huge. And it's just so funny how a different case design can wear so differently, and it's relatively, well, it is the same size, so just goes to show you really have to try a watch on before you get a kind of an idea of its how it fits and how it wears. So we got sapphire crystal, obviously, on the front, just a standard screw down back. Apologize if there's any grime. It has been worn. I haven't taken this off. I just adore this watch. I have not taken it off since I got it. Lovely little engraving on the back, Squale, Swiss made. again, if you want to check out this company's, this brand's history, just refer back to one of my earlier, or the unboxing video, or when I was hunting down for this particular piece. I go into the brand's history a bit. It's fascinating, absolutely fascinating. It's amazing to see a brand with such pedigree, with such heritage, and they're not asking a great deal. I mean, the price I paid, I got it from Island Watches, which is based in Long Island, hence the name. And I'll just give you a little, that's their website. This is a nice little cleaning cloth they put in. And they are a certified Squale dealer in the United States. And it did come with a full 2-year warranty, so that's them right there. So that's really, really cool, and I really appreciate that. And it's just, you know, it's an hour's drive away from here, from New York City, where I currently am. And it's just nice to know that they're there, and it's, you know, the security of knowing that I can just send it off to them. So now let's look at the dial. Now the first thing we'll notice about the dial is obviously the bright orange minute hand, and I absolutely adore it. It's the easiest watch I've ever owned to instantly tell the time, because of the difference between the colors in the hour and minute hand. You instantly know what time it is, you know, a millisecond before I would reading another watch of mine. And that's obviously a massive advantage. And if you are diving and visibility is an issue, having that orange bright hand there it's just a really cool little feature. And this is what makes this watch such a fantastic piece, is that everything has been thought out so well. I love the little box hand on the I love all the detailing on the hands. I just love the little box there on the second hand. And then we have the Squale logo and professional, and then the Van Boren family crest up there with Squale. Really nice lumen over on the indices. Quite small, but very bright and responsive, and holds a decent charge. So we have just a standard aluminium insert on the bezel. I've got very used to my ceramic bezels, and my favorite Oris watch has a tungsten one. So it is a bit, it's a bit weird to go back to these kind of, it feels a bit dated now, these older bezels, but this particular one is done very, very nicely. I do like the modern font they've used on the numerals here. And when you feel the bezel, you just run your finger along it, and the action of it, it's very nicely done. The construction, it just feels very solid, and I love the coin edging around the side. Very comfy and easy to use. The case itself is probably the strongest thing about this watch. I love this kind of almost hexagonal edging here with beautifully polished. I mean, the construction and the finish of this watch is exquisite. And you know, I had to be very careful in the unboxing, because I wanted to say, wow, you know, it's better than this, it's better than that, but really it is exceptional quality. I love the fact they've actually engraved Squale on the side. It's just an extra little touch of class with that retro font that they use. Absolutely pure class. I just adore it. Another thing I love about this is and what makes it so comfortable even for a smaller wrist, that these lugs, the way it curves down, it's kind of it's just a beautiful sweep to it, beautiful line, and you know, it's perfectly positioned and you can understand why Blancpain and you know, very respectable companies would, well, you can see why they got Squale to do their cases, because I mean, this case is just exquisite. There are versions that come with this, with the bracelet, their version of the Milanese or shark mesh, or however you want to call it. But personally, I wanted to get the rubber one, so I do have the rubber available if I want to change. I went for this one because I love the little mechanism on this. You can just snap it and adjust it on the fly. You don't need any tools or anything like that. Just, you know, use a little coin or something just to pry it, and you can instantly change it, and that's just that's a fantastic thing to do, to have, and it just suits the watch really well. Another thing I've tried with this watch, it goes with NATO straps like a duck to water. Obviously, I mean, this professional tool style just suits a NATO down to a T, and obviously with the orange hand, I had it on an orange NATO, and it just looked absolutely gorgeous, just pure class. I just love it. So I'm having a very difficult time thinking of negatives about the watch, because the brand is very strong. It's nothing like Steinhardt or Christopher Ward or anything like that, because I mean, those are newcomers, and it has the heritage, it has the pedigree, it has the history to a brand, and what's great is it hasn't gone to their heads. It's still modestly priced. It's, you know, I paid just under $900 for this, and I didn't. There were a few on the used market for about $600-700, but I decided to go new because, considering Island watches are just down the road, and I've heard so many good things about the servicing and the customer care from Squale and Island watches, that I didn't mind paying a little bit extra to have the security of a warranty, and, you know, having the option to send it back if I didn't like it for any reason. So that's, you know, it's really nice to have that kind of sense of security with that. Also, the other thing is that, you know, for an ETA based movement, you know, you could spend thousands. You could get a Tudor Pelagos or you know, various Breitlings, or, you know, there are a lot of high-end watches that have the same movement. And ironically, some of these brands don't even have the history or the pedigree that Squale have. So the fact that it is $900, I think, is a fantastic deal, and I really recommend it. Now, another thing that other people haven't really mentioned in their reviews is the inside chapter ring. Now, I didn't notice it at first, but when you look at the watch bang on, just straight, if I can do that, the chapter ring is at an angle, and it's very highly polished and reflective, and it's just a nice little detail. Adds a little bit of flash, kind of, just a little bit of, it plays with the light, and you know, as you move it, you can see it's very reflective, and it's just gorgeous. I love it. Date at the 3 o'clock position. Nothing really to write home about. Just a standard little framed date window. You know, but it's funny because it does have that retro look, but at the same time, somehow, it's very modern. And I adore it. It goes so well with different kind. You know, it goes well with casual tie, and equally well with a nice jacket and shirt on. Okay, so there we go on the wrist. Now, for a 42 millimeter watch, It is big for me, but because of the case, it's extremely comfortable. You'll see what I mean about it being quite tall, but I actually like that because it sits very nicely just, you know, at the end of the sleeve. This is the same size as my former Steinhardt, but it doesn't overpower, it doesn't look massive, it doesn't feel like a, you know, like a dinner plate sitting on my wrist. It fits perfectly. It's actually wears very similar to the SKX, and in fact, you know, there are a lot of similarities, but this is a whole nother level. Okay, so we have the crown at the 4 o'clock position, and of course it's signed with the Von Buren logo or crest or whatever it is. And some people have said that the screw down crown is a little finicky to use, and they don't really like the position of it. Personally, I do like where it is. It's you know, it's like the like the Seiko SKX, but unlike the Seiko SKX, it actually sits a little deeper. The SKX's crown protrudes out slightly more outwards, with a kind of crown guard, whereas the crown guard is at the actual case itself and part of the lug. I kind of like that because it's not noticeable, and I must admit, you know, unscrewing it, setting the time, you know, winding it. It's hackable, by the way. I should have mentioned that. I apologize. It's hackable. I found it not a problem at all. I find it quite easy. So again, you know, it's just a minor gripe. If you don't like the crown at that position, then you know, it's personal preference. Something I do want to say about the Squale, that I do adore about it, and I find it kind of endearing. It kind of endears me even more to the watch, is that it's not trying to be another homage. It's not like a Steinhardt or a you know, it's its own thing, and it's why I respect this brand and I respect this particular model so much, because it's doing its own thing. It's not trying to be another Rolex Submariner. It's not trying to be a Seamaster. It's not trying to be anything. It's just being itself. It's its own design, and it has an incredible history to a brand, and I think it's a really strong contender, and I've had to rethink my favorite dive watches now. I mean, the ultimate question, will it knock the Oris Aquis off the top spot in terms of quality? Now I know I'm going to get a lot of stick for this. The quality and execution and the construction is comparable easily to an Omega, okay? Please don't crucify me for saying that, but honestly, when you feel it and you've worn it for a week, and obviously Omega is I'm not saying it's a better brand, I'm not saying nothing like that, because Omega's Omega, but I'm just saying in terms of quality, the actual construction of the watch, it's up there. It's on a par with Oris. I think Oris is just a smidgen better, just a tiny, but it's around there, you know. And for $900, I can't get over it. I keep thinking it's a dream, you know. I keep thinking I'm gonna wake up and it's you know. So if you're on the fence about it, you know, spending so much money, well, it's not that much in the whole scheme of things, but it's worth every penny, and I really respect Squale for not trying to be all getting on the luxury bandwagon. They're sticking to their roots. They're sticking to professional diving watches. They're sticking to their roots on what they do well, and they're not getting, they're not sticking exorbitant prices on just to you know, it's modest, it's tastefully priced, if I think that's the best way to describe it. Tastefully priced for a tasteful watch, and something actually you can be proud to own and wear, and I'd be honoured to receive this if you know, if you want something to leave to the next generation, or it's of that caliber, you know. Just because it's not $5 doesn't mean you shouldn't be proud of it. I mean, I'm extremely proud to wear this. Okay guys, I'm going to leave it there, so please let me know what you think. Please subscribe if you're new to the channel. A lot more reviews and videos coming soon. Send me an email if you have any questions, and I'll catch you next time. Okay guys, thank you very much. Ciao.